I mean, I think that I would challenge you a little bit that today AI and analytics is a nice to have. I don't think it is anymore, even in your legacy networks, because I mean, one, if we think about, what the industry has achieved already. So, we've done some research looking at what we think the potential value of automation, AI, and analytics could be across telcos operations and in different parts of their businesses, and where operators have reported results. And, it's less on the network side and most on the customer side. But they're, the leading operators are achieving about 50% of what is possible with today's technologies. So it's not even thinking about what's possible tomorrow. With what's possible today, operators are already achieving, €750,000 in savings over the last 2 years on their customer-facing channels. And that's not even talking about their network channels. So there is money there today. Another example is in energy saving in networks. There's a lot of stuff around. The benchmark is now about saving 15% of your energy costs in your RAN, which is millions of euros or millions of pounds.
Right.
It's a lot of money. So I think it's an absolute necessity today. But the other reason why it's a necessity today, and calling back to what Miguel was saying about the transition towards virtualization and cloud and analytics, getting to grips with new ways of working and what it is you're trying to do and what you should prioritize, and how you incentivize employees to learn new skills or to work in different ways, or to want to not have an easy 9 to 5 where they're doing a repetitive job, and a more creative thinking about what are the big things that they should be doing next. Those are all multi-year activities. So if an operator is thinking, oh, I'll just do this when 5G rolls around, it's going to be too late. They're not going to be able to be relevant, in 5 years' time. They're going to be one of the dinosaurs that might not survive. So that's my point of view.
Yeah, and I think we're in agreement here. There is a lot that we are using today, even in more tactical, like even parts of the network, right? So we have shifted for a few years now from even assurance and operations from a reactive, what I would call a reactive mode, right? Wait for something to fail, open a ticket, everybody troubleshoots, you resolve it. That's mostly gone, right? Like we are using analytics actively to make sure that the issues are detected before they are customer impacting, right? With the goal being the customer should never even know that there was an issue that was boiling in the network, right? And actions taken proactively. So that's one kind of more like things that are being done today. Then even making capital allocation decisions, right, based on where the traffic is, what is the customer behavior, and that in itself is a huge amount of data that needs to be modeled. But when you look, I do agree with the point that maybe you can get by on 4G without it for some of your more like traditional use cases, like serve your consumer network. Not very effective, but you can. But on 5G, when you add all this complexity now with especially slicing, right? And we'll start relatively simple, like you always do with the new technologies, right? Where slices are going to be evolutions of existing services, enterprise, vertical-based applications, and so on. But eventually, the promise is that you're going to get into an environment that's a lot more automated and it's a lot more dynamic, where slices are created on demand to fit a particular use case. And that involves the creation of or spawning specific network functions in different parts of the network in different geographies to serve that use case. And let's face it, it's impossible to do that if it's not data-driven and in automated fashion, right? So I think to derive the full value, the promise of 5G, the industry has to embrace data analytics and database automation.